Hi, Clayton. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. You guys have a good day at work today?
Oh, I for sure did. It was busy, but it was good.
Yeah, I stopped in, I believe it was Monday, and you guys were crazy busy.
Yeah, we normally are.
Love it. So, how long I was there when I believe it was Jason, he was working on a carpet grade set of stairs. How long does that normally take you guys to make?
Um, the standard set roughly 2 hours,
Right, gotcha. Dang. And how much does that normally get for you? Like, how much do you make off of that?
650, roughly.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, do you feel like you're losing time on those kinds of projects? I know they don't take very long. They're only, you said, about 2 hours for a very standard carpet grade, but do you feel like you're kind of losing time on things that you could be allocating a little bit better?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement.
Gotcha, gotcha. Do you have any concerns about our last call? I've given you some time to think about some things, wanted to hear your side of things.
Um, I was concerned kind of about the price and also I haven't ever worked with you guys before, so that was a concern as well.
Right, I gotcha. So I'll hit on price first, just because I know no one really likes to talk about that. So it is, I know I sent over just like a quote for you guys that you are looking at 18,500. But based off of what you're telling me, if you're making just kind of your standard carpet grade, because you guys do a lot fancier sets too. I've seen like the curved and all that, and I've seen, is it balusters and newels that you guys make as well?
Yeah.
So just by that logic alone, just by going bare bones with the carpet grade, um, I'm kind of looking at that as helping, as this flooring system of ours paying for itself. Um, Now, if you're making 650 off of it, like your profit is that, and it's taking you about 2 hours. I know we talked in our last meeting that this flooring system is going to cut down your housekeeping costs by, I know you said it's currently 2.5 hours, if I'm correct. And then this flooring system is going to take away an hour and a half of that because you're just going to be sweeping into the vacuum seal grates and things like that. I'm sorry, the vacuum suction grates and things like that. So just kind of breaking that down for you as far as like our payment plans go and what this is actually going to be worth in the long run. You're looking at this paying for itself in about 2 months, and that's just based off of your carpet grade revenue. Because if you're looking at 650 and that's taking you 2 hours, say this flooring system takes 7 hours a week off of your lost time, that's about like 28 hours a month or so. And so based on what we've discussed, budget and revenue wise, that's going to be balancing itself out with like really quickly about a little over 9 grand a month. So just kind of wanted to like put that into perspective because I know that big number staring right back at you as a small business is like super intimidating. So do you feel like that kind of eases your conscience in that regard at all?
Yeah, it's initially it's kind of hard for me to justify spending that much on a system or a piece of equipment because normally the stuff I'm buying makes sawdust and that's normally what's making me the money. So it's hard for me to justify that right off the rip. It's kind of backwards from what I'm used to.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, but I do want to speak to the fact that I know you guys, and I even spoke with Jason a little bit about how you guys are talking about expanding in-house. I know you aren't doing location so much yet, but as far as equipment, like you're saying, there's going to be a lot, you're going to be a lot better equipped to handle that expansion if you already have this flooring system installed. Um, saying, given that you're more or less sold on getting the flooring system time wise, I would argue that it's better to do it ahead of time because you'll be able to map things out better. It'll already be installed for you. And I don't know if we touched on this in our last meeting, but it does only take us 2 days total to install. And if it takes us any longer, then we give you a discount
It's good to
because
know.
we don't want to be cutting into your production time. The point of this is supposed to be helping you get back to that and get some of those hours back, a lot of those hours, arguably. So do you feel like that kind of makes sense, putting it into that perspective, if you're able to plan things out better by having the flooring system already in, rather than trying to work out hypotheticals of, oh, this machine might go here, but we don't know where the vents are going to end up. Do you feel like that?
Right. Yeah, that, I would agree. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good, good. I know things are crazy as it is, so it would be really difficult to try and coordinate two separate installation concepts at one time. So we would be working around the clock to get that out of the way for you. And also, I really do feel like it would benefit your future planning. And then you mentioned, did you have another concern about just you guys are not sure about doing business just yet? Have you looked around at other people that are kind of providing the same thing?
No, was more or less concerned with, just because I've never worked with you guys before.
For
And
sure, for sure.
typically, when I'm working with the companies, whether that's who we buy supplies from or our equipment, is I'm normally working with them on a pretty regular basis, and a lot of that uh, stems from me having to be able to get a hold of them and contact them, and them having people and resources available to me to where I can get my equipment and stuff back up and running.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I definitely value the responsive communication rather than people putzing around taking too long to get back with you. So you haven't shopped around at all? Have I been the only one that's come in or talked to you guys about this flooring system, or have you been approached by other people?
And I haven't seen another comparable system. I mean, I've seen other different solutions to sawdust, but I haven't seen a system like yours.
Gotcha, yeah. And so in comparison to those other ones, I know you're saying they're not the same, but do you feel like one is more valuable or more efficient than the other?
I would think your system, I would think, is the most efficient. I haven't seen anything, uh, like you said, I would recoup my hours pretty quick. I haven't seen anything comparable to that. The only, I'd say, advantage to the other stuff is that it initially is much cheaper.
Okay, I gotcha. And then just kind of circling back to that price breakdown, did that make you feel any better about things?
Yeah, yes. It did.
Okay, good.
I have looked around at other stuff, but um, I've never had anybody else come out to the shop, and for us as a small company, that's something that does stand out to us. So it gives me a little bit higher hopes of working with you guys, and that it would be a pretty smooth process.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a big part of what we do. Like yes, I'm the sales rep. Like it is really valuable to us because we're also a fairly small company. We were family founded and we've grown since, but we still really value the in-person like side of things. And we want you to be working with a person and not a company. And that sounds like that's something that you guys are after, especially with establishing a new business relationship. And honestly, I'm happy to come out. I think it's a lot of fun to come out there, and you guys are always doing really cool things. Just as long as I'm not getting in the way, I guess. I really do enjoy coming out and getting to actually see what's going on with you guys and see how we can help and improve and make things even more efficient. We're looking for making this a long-term relationship, not just a business transaction where you sign a contract, get your payment plan, get your vents, and we disappear. We want to figure out maybe there's something that you don't like about the vents that we can that we can change in the future. We can discuss warranties and all of that fun stuff. So just that's really good to hear, because we really do value making this an actual trust-based relationship rather than a one and done transaction. So that's really good to hear. And do you have anything else for me? Just wanted to kind of recap some of the objectives we talked about last time. I know time is money, and we're talking about saving time here. We're talking about saving money just as far as taking time away from projects you could be turning around. It's going to be whoever is sweeping up the sawdust and doing those housekeeping things, they're going to be available a lot sooner to come back and help with actual production. And So between saving time, money, and labor, I really do feel like this is going to pay for itself very quickly, and that you're going to be satisfied with it for generations to come in your family business. And there's always room for improvement on our end as well. So yeah, I'll just give you a little more time to think on that. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for this. And I'll be back in the shop soon, I'm sure.
That would be great.
All right, sounds good, Clayton. You have a good one.
Too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.